Well, we had another hearing with Blake's lawyers, and I have this sneaking suspicion they really hate my guts. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. Sadly, there's not a lot to report, but there is some stuff to talk about regarding my case. I had another hearing today. I will be having another hearing next week. It's never ending, it seems. But I did want to share some information about this because, yes, it's frustrating. Blake, I'm sure as Blake's lawyers, Meryl's watching these, hello. I really feel like she's tasked with just squishing me and as much as she possibly can. It really is starting to feel that way because I can't imagine she doesn't already have the things she's trying to get. The very limited things that exist, she has. And so why is she still trying to hammer me? Because I genuinely think Ryan and Blake are bullies that want to just make me suffer. Given some of the things I'm seeing in this case, it's hard to not see this as legitimate harassment. And the irony is just thick, given that they're out there defending themselves, playing that they were the victims of harassment. But the reality is they're the ones, in my opinion, who keep harassing creators and everybody else. And it's not very fun. I'm not going to lie, but I refuse to let them ruin my day or ruin our channel or do any of that. I'm going to fight tooth and nail. And today, what was just interesting about it was Blake's team is trying to basically cause doubt with the judge. It feels to me as if like, well, how can we trust them and everything they've shown us in the privilege log, which we provided. We provided a privilege log. But Meryl, now Blake's lawyer, just doesn't think, this is enough. It's not enough. And we need it past February, even though Lyman said you don't. What's so frustrating about these cases, and because I do want to be transparent with you guys, I think it's important. It is incredibly burdensome. And Blake's lawyers wants to try to paint it like it's no big deal. Like this is just easy. These are I don't have Blake Lively money. This isn't easy for me. Every piece of this is annoying and they know it. And they keep trying to do it and then mislead it, in my opinion, to the judge to make it seem like this is no big deal, but it is. To go through and search every keyword that they made me search, to go through all the pieces of the things, literally the words Blake, the words Lively, the words ends with us. Like, obviously not all of it. You can imagine the amount of contact I have or just in my work that mentions those keywords. But obviously it needs to be, I forget, there's a legal word for it. There's a term for how it needs to be connected to the case and the thing. And so obviously none of it is. That's what's so frustrating about this whole thing. There's nothing there. And so they know there's nothing there. So they're doing everything they can to make it seem like I'm evasive or I'm not giving them things or I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. And that's the frustrating part. And so look, the good news for me, and I feel like is because we have nothing to hide, we requested the judge to take our unredacted stuff. That's clearly the stuff in question, my communication with sources. And we gave it to her. We said, look, Your Honor, please, we ask you to go through it in camera, which means privately, so you can see there's nothing that they're alleging. This is all in news gathering. And so I'm hoping and I'm confident once that happens, the judge, who has been very fair, I gotta say, I do like this judge. And like I've said it before, my worry with this judge only is that this overall case in New York with Lively is very complicated. Not that she can't understand it, but it just takes time. And we've been covering this for a year. There's so many little pieces to really look at it as a whole. And I just hope she eventually gets to the point of understanding what Team Blake has really been doing. I think it's pretty clear when they will see it, when they see my correspondence, that I'm not hiding anything. I'm not. And what's so frustrating is I do genuinely believe Blake's team, Meryl specifically, knows this. She has the correspondence. I can't imagine she hasn't gotten it already through her own discovery, through ways that she has. If I got a comment from Brian Friedman, they figured out, I would assume, based on all the stuff, how I got that comment from Brian Friedman. So why is Meryl still after me? Why really is she trying to challenge this? It's hard to not assume they have it out for me. They just do not like that I will not shut up, that I will continue to cover this case neutrally as a journalist, and that I will call it out when I need to call it out, because I'm just not someone that can be bought. She thinks Wayfair, Justin Baldoni, I would let them pay, like, buy me? It is so defamatory and offensive that she keeps attempting to paint like that's even an option. Like, I'm sorry, Justin and all those people, I don't give a shit about them. I would never give up my career, my legitimacy, my livelihood, my credibility to get a payday from Justin Baldoni's team. Like, it's bonkers. But that's the problem. The judge doesn't really, I don't think, can grasp it all yet, because there's so much to really learn from the case and the attacks that I think Blake's team has done. And so I hope we'll get there. But the reality is, look, I know a lot of you have made suggestions. Trust me, I hear them. We're doing the best we can. I feel confident at the end of the day, it's going to be good. But I can't deny, and I'm going to keep telling you guys, Blake's team is incredibly harassing. Incredibly harassing. I just don't understand what we're still doing here. I'm literally not even in their third amended list of disclosures. There's a third list. You want to know why, in my opinion, why I'm not in this list of disclosures? Because if I was, I could ask for information that's under seal. And they don't want that. They don't want that. But it puts me in an incredibly unfair position. And Meryl and her team know this, because I can't prove to the judge, Your Honor, they have the correspondence. Why are we even here? And so they get to protect the information they have and then come after me and ignore First Amendment rights and attack the journalists, harass the journalists, burden them and punish them, force them to pay beyond means that we should ever have to worry about. The stress alone, which you can't really bring up in court as easily because the judges kind of don't want to hear about it. But guys, you watch, you see what Kim's up to, what we're up to. Enough already. I'm so sick of this. It is just aggressively harassment. There's nothing to find, but they are so unrelenting in their, in my opinion, bullying and bulldozing with their powerful lawyers with an endless amount of resources. Every time I have to extend this, it costs me more. And they know it. They know it. So it's immensely frustrating. And I want to rally you guys together because I am not giving up. They're not going to kick me down. I'm doing everything we can. I feel confident. There will be some things we have to do now to sort of help reaffirm and make everyone confident that we've done our job, which we did. And I hope once the judge starts seeing the actual pieces in question, which Meryl knows she has, she'll quickly realize, wait, why are you paying this? What else are you expecting? It's clearly all, hello? Like, what on earth are we looking for? Because there's nothing else. And that's the real scary thing about this. I firmly believe, as someone who's followed this case very closely, Blake doesn't have anything. She has some text messages that she stole from a phone from Stephanie Jones. So sketchy, so sketchy. She has that, which then says some things that Melissa Nathan said, not Justin, and then sort of extrapolates that to sort of assume, well, they must have done that all over the board and paid everybody and done that. They have no proof of it. If they had proof of it, we'd see it, because they're using it, all of these pieces of the press, just like they accused Justin of doing. They're out there declaring that Blake won. I feel like, why else would all those media reports reported on an old story that the case got thrown out and then falsely report that he can't appeal, which he can? This whole thing has been sneaky. She's been sneaky, and they don't like that I'm calling her sneaky. And I'm going to say, and I said it yesterday in live, but I'm going to reiterate, and I'm going to not give up. I believe Ryan Reynolds specifically, this is my belief, my opinion. I believe Ryan Reynolds actually is following this much closer than we think. And I think he's got it out for me because he was so gracious and did honest trailers back in the day, which I was very grateful for. But you got something out of it too, Ryan. You admitted you stole the opening of the movie from our sequence, and you got a lot of good cred. You were very thankful for it. You got a lot of views. It helped marketing before you were doing your marketing. We did it, and that was pretty maximum effort if you ask me. So you got a very good piece of content that promoted your film, and we got a star who came and helped legitimize us. It was a business transaction. I never knew this guy. He was nice to me. I've never hid that. I've been a fan of Ryan Reynolds. If you go back and actually watch these videos, which Meryl is ignoring, I actually was very neutral and actually supported Ryan in the beginning. And that's what's so irritating about this whole case is nobody can really look at the whole picture. They get to just put a little piece to the judge, a little piece here to paint me in nefarious, wrongful ways. And that's the frustration here. And I genuinely think now, and this is my lawyers also feeling the same way, because I never really considered this as an option, because I'm like, Why would he be wasting his time now? There's so many other things to focus on. No. And now that we've learned with Nice Pool and so many other pieces from the movie, it seems clear, TJ Miller's story, it seems clear, not only is Ryan self-admittedly insecure, but he's very petty, it seems. And that pettiness, I think, this is his opportunity to step on me and make me feel that pressure. How dare you? I helped that nobody with his dumb show, and now he's turning on me and my wife? I think that's what's happening. And I've seen some trolls try to like put that out there. Trolls that did the same thing for Amber Heard back in the day. And it makes me wonder, is someone close to Amber or someone who helped the bots with Amber now like in Blake's ear and like trying to get ahead to knock me down? There's something happening, in my opinion, that's more sinister. And what's so frustrating is I'm not allowed to look to see what she's doing. I'm not allowed to see if she's really being on the up and up. And now neither can Justin. And so all they can do is go on this, fishing expedition, try to pick and choose, to take things out of context, which they've done this whole case. They were caught removing pieces from their original New York Times text pieces. Shameful, truly shameful stuff. And they always play like, no, we did no wrong. These people cannot admit any wrongdoing, and they won't. And lawyers are getting paid. The only one who's winning here are the lawyers. So look, there's a lot to happen still. Stay tuned. Thanks to everybody who's been following. This is in the Florida court listener when these things happen. I will continue to be as transparent with you as I can. That's what's happening currently. We are a little bit in a wait. There's some things I'm going to provide just to show the amount of work we actually have done, which was a lot, which they're not paying for yet. And I hope we can prove at some point that they should, because this was a massive inconvenience. I'm not even a main party in this case. I should have never had to put this much energy and work and expense of my whole team and the stress to deal with something that they already had. They already had it. And she knows it. I suspect. Shameful, truly shameful, and I will continue to call them out. Even if it means they're going to keep trying to press me, no, you will not silence my voice. You will not stop our journalistic integrity and what we do here and our protecting of sources. It's not going to happen. Even though there's a part of me that's like, I wish we could just put it out already. Who cares? I don't care, but I have to defend my sources at all costs. And if I lose for some way unfairly and it is what it is, as long as I fought as tooth and nail to the best of my ability to ensure that I'm protecting my sources. That's what I'm going to continue to do. So thank you to everybody who supported. You can support by going to our store, popcornplanet.com, or our Give, Send, Go. I'm going to put all the links in the pinned comment down below. Please consider signing up, becoming a member. You can go to the store. Lots of fun new items, including the Subpoena This shirt and so many more. All of it will help tremendously, as we are, we are feeling a little bit of heat right now, because it's just like, I don't have time in the day to keep doing all the things they expect me to do. How is this fair? It's not fair. Whatever. We're going to try our best. We're continuing it. Thank you to everybody who's been supportive. Thank you to the judge who is hearing us out, I think respectfully, fairly. I look forward to where this is going to go. But so far, stay tuned. That's where we're at. Make sure you hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for all alerts. Smash that thumbs up as well. Let me know your comments. And please be careful of suggestions. I know. Trust me, we're on it. We're doing everything we can. But any other sort of thoughts based on what I've just told you, I'm open to hearing them down below. Thank you guys again. Enjoy your weekend. We got a lot more coming. Stay positive, people, because I am. We got this.